Great Thursday evening to each of you, my beautiful and wonderful people. I just wanted to come on and give you a reminder that everything that glitters ain't gold, and just because it glitters does not mean it's from God. So, y'all, I just these last maybe about a month and a half, okay? So these last several weeks, I've been having different things just fall in my spirit, okay? And I'm like, Lord, I know you're speaking to me. I know you're speaking to me. I hear you. I thank you for giving me these confirmations. But at the same time, it's kind of like, Lord, I'm getting kind of overwhelmed with the confirmations. I just need you to do it. You know what I mean? So it's not the fact if you're going to do it, if you can do it. Technically, my question is, when are you going to do it, right? So after that, I would say just a few days after I had that conversation with the Lord, I started feeling this movie in my spirit, Nobody's Fool, okay? Now, this is an older movie. It's not old, but it's older, okay? And I'm kind of like, why is this movie popping up in my spirit? Because I haven't watched it in so long. But it just kept nudging and nudging and nudging. And I'm not even going to tell the tale. I fought it. I didn't want to watch it, okay? Because I knew it was yet another confirmation, right? So eventually I got tired of it nudging at me. So I sat down and I watched it. And you guys, if you've never seen it, it is on Tubi, and you can also watch it on YouTube, okay? But of course, it was about this girl, Tika, I think that's her name, Tika Sumpter, okay? She was in it, and Tiffany Haddish played her sister, okay? But Tika, she was, very successful, very comfortable living. She had it going on. She had the brains and the good job, you know what I mean? And so she wanted love. She was dating this one guy. He proposed to her. She began planning the wedding, okay? So in the midst of this, he broke up with her, left her for another female, right? So then she met this other guy named Charlie, okay? Now, Charlie is somebody she obviously met over the phone, okay? Because she's never seen Charlie. They never FaceTime. They never Skype. They never did any of this. She's never seen him in person. They've only talked over the phone for a year and a half, okay? And they call themselves falling in love with each other, right? So she basically wouldn't date nobody else. I need y'all to catch and hear what I'm saying. She wouldn't date nobody else because Charlie was her man. She made this list, and on her list, Charlie checks every single thing off of this list. I hope y'all are paying attention to what I'm saying. So Charlie checked everything off on this list, right? So next door to her job was a coffee shop. She went in this coffee shop every single day because she loved the coffee. Now, the coffee shop owner was old boy from Power. What is his name? Omari Hardwick or something like that. Very nice looking man. He owned a coffee shop. However, he has a past. He done been through some things. He done been around the mulberry bush a few times, okay? He's been to prison and all of that stuff. So, of course, he doesn't fit any single thing on her list, and she actually said that, okay? So, of course, her homegirl at her job told Tiffany, because Tiffany Haddish played her sister. She just got out of prison. So her homegirl at work told Tiffany, like, dig, she been talking to this dude named Charlie, ain't nobody seen him. So basically they think Charlie ain't real. So Tiffany reaches out to the show Catfish, okay? So they show up, Charlie never calls. She goes into this depression, right? She never hears from Charlie, okay? So then, old boy in the coffee shop, he's still flirting with her, but he ain't pressing the issue, okay? But he does just enough to let her know he's still there. She coming hard at him, you know what I mean? She playing crazy, but he ain't, he really ain't reacting. He's kind of like, I'm gonna stay in my lane or whatnot, right? Okay. So then they started messing around or whatever, okay? They dating, they hanging out, they talking to each other. You can tell she really feeling this dude now, right? And so he's always been feeling her or whatnot. So all of a sudden, 3 months later, 3 months done went past, y'all, and Charlie shows up at her job just out of nowhere. She ain't heard from Charlie, ain't seen Charlie. This is her first time, but she knew him when she saw him standing outside her office, right? And so he comes in there, he talking about, yeah, some stuff happened, and I lost my phone, my contacts, my email, couldn't do nothing, and I've been trying to look for you, basically all this, giving her lines and stuff, right? So, she now feels confused because she's like, wait a minute, this is the dude I've been talking to for over a year. But she's also dating the coffee shop dude, you know what I mean? And so, her homegirl at work is kind of like, yeah, you dating him, but just kind of see where it goes with Charlie or whatnot. Because, of course, Charlie's fine, right? And but he ain't as cute as the coffee shop dude. I'm just going to put that in there, okay? But anyway, Charlie fine, so they like, okay, just see where it goes or whatnot. Tiffany, she like, nah, don't break Frank's heart or whatever. You gonna set him back or whatever. So anyway, old boy sees Charlie and old girl together, broke his heart, right? So he completely stepped back. But here's the thing I want us to catch. Charlie was not who she thought he was, okay? Now, over the phone, he had this, persona that he was this great guy, right? But now that he's in person, he is nothing like he was over the phone. She began to see the red flags because when they went out to eat, she started taking shots, okay? And you can tell she was starting to see, nah, this ain't going well. This can't be the same person, of course, right? So nonetheless, they leave the restaurant, go back to, I guess, his place or whatever, tried doing what he thought he was doing, and we all know what we talking about. And after that, rather than him being the gentleman to take her home, he calls her an Uber, okay? So this is what I'm trying to say to you, okay? Because, of course, at the end, she did end up with Frank, which is the coffee shop owner, okay? But here's what I'm trying to say to you. The enemy will bring somebody in place to make you feel as if this is what God has for you, okay? He's going to go ahead and he's going to make him appear to be this man of God. And listen, let me explain something to y'all. I don't care if they talk in tongues, if they pray, they fast, they teach Bible class on Wednesday, they preacher of the gospel. I don't care who they are. They very well may be great people. But just because they are walking in purpose does not mean that is the person that God has chosen for you. This is why we have to ensure that we are keeping our minds set on Christ. We are not just hearing every single thing because we're thinking it belongs to us, because we can come into an agreement with something and it's not for us. Just because it glitters does not mean it's from God. I need y'all to be careful because I want you guys to receive everything that God has for you in this season because you've been waiting. I've been waiting too. I get weary too. But I need y'all to understand you have to learn to wait on God. There is a reason why God have you waiting as long as you have been waiting. It's hard when you're watching everybody else around you getting married and getting booed up, and you're like, God, what about me? Have you forgotten about me? Galatians 6:9 tells us to let us not grow weary in well-doing, for in due season you shall reap if you faint not. Listen, we serve a God that is not mediocre. And if God is not mediocre, that means we are not mediocre, which means what God is sending is not mediocre. Do not settle. Wait for God. You've waited all this longer time. Wait for God. Rest in his promises to you. Okay, I love you guys, and I truly hope this has blessed you. And I want you guys to have an amazing day. And go watch that movie if you've never seen it. And if you have seen it and ain't watched it in a while, go watch it anyway, because he may give you a revelation as well. Y'all have a good night.